What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This here's Legitical Response. We cover political news, keep you up to date, and keep you informed with everything that the government does, because the government is constantly on the move. They're constantly doing stuff, and most of it's underhanded. A lot of times, the mainstream narrative machine will lie to run cover for the Democratic Party, who holds the majority of the power right now, right? We have a slim majority in the House. The Democrats have control of the Senate, and the Democrats have control of the White House, pretty much essentially giving them the keys to the mansion, if you will. And they've used that power to destroy the country. I know that sounds hyperbolic, right? But look at what's going on all over the place, right? You know, these sanctuary cities are having to move funds to house migrants because Joe Biden has allowed millions of criminal aliens, our people, to come across our border, turning them into criminal aliens and just allowing them to go anywhere they want to in the country, shipping them to sanctuary cities all over the place. And now these same migrants are being housed in school gyms, luxury hotels, all over the place. They're being given debit cards with thousands of dollars on it. Like, why are they doing this? Why are they trying to destroy these places? Right? And this hasn't always been the Democrat Party's position, right? At one time, the Democrats were actually for border security.
Savory now, the issue of immigration. Yeah. Is there a Democratic Party position which accommodates the need to stop illegal entry, punish people who hire people at cheap wages illegally, and also gives hope to people who live here illegally and people who want to come here right now? Is there a possible combination that hits all those points?
I think there is. And I think that the McCain-Kennedy bill, Kennedy-McCain, the Specter bill that came out does it. If you take a look, Chris, at what Frist is talking about, only enforcement. The enforcement provisions that sit inside the Specter bill, the McCain or the Kennedy-McCain bill, there ain't a dime's worth of difference to them. They're the same amount of money, 12,000 new border agents.
Think they work?
I think they will work better if they actually, in fact, do it.
Can you scare an employer in this country, whether he's an agricultural worker or a housewife, into not hiring an illegal because the punishment's so high that if you get caught,
yes,
it's a huge embarrassment to your family, and you may just get hit with a fine that'll kill you?
Absolutely, you can do that. And that's what we should do. Well, I think we should do that.
Because you can't catch everybody.
You can't. No, you can't. And the last part of this is that the Democratic position also recognized you got 11 million illegal aliens here. They have to have a way to earn their way into the deal. This is an amnesty. They're required to take 11 years' worth. They pay a fine. They got to learn to speak English. They got to pass tests.
I like the English part.
Yeah.
I like the English part.
By the way,
if we want the problems of Canada right now, keep encouraging people to keep their foreign language. English is going to unite this country potentially.
It always has in the past. I can't think of a country that has two languages as their accepted languages that is doing all that well, including Switzerland and or Canada.
It divides us. Yeah. And you can't talk to each other. Anyway, thank you, Senator Joe Biden.
But we know the Democrats are very hypocritical, if you will. We know that during the Trump era, when he went after border security and he aimed to secure the border, what did the Democrats do? They whinged, they gnashed their teeth constantly. They made up stories, they lied, and said, oh, these are just people. They're asylees. You know, I'm sorry, you're not going to have 15 million asylees coming from all over the world, right? We've got a lot of people coming from China. Do you think these are asylum seekers? But you got to watch these people. You got to watch these people because they've been for open borders for a while now. And we know that they're just people, they're newcomers. They just want to come to this country. Oh, shut your mouth, right? Shut up. That's not what you want. But now that they see that, yeah, people are fed up, citizens all over the place are tired of all these migrants taking up resources, taking up places, taking up jobs, doing whatever they want. They're being given government funds, your tax dollars, and people are sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. I imagine you're sick and tired of it. But the Democrats, okay, they see that they're losing really bad. They are bleeding voters like you wouldn't believe. They are losing, so what do? Democrats lean into border security as it shapes contest for control of Congress. Oh, wait, now that they see that they're losing badly and that border security is a major issue, it's probably the top issue right after the economy, because they've destroyed the economy. They've destroyed the border, right? We don't have any border security whatsoever. They just allow migrants to pour right on in. What do? No, now they're going to turn tables and try to make you think that they're for border security. Well, I'm here to point out their hypocrisy, y'all. Democrats are trying to outflank Republicans and convince voters they can address problems at the U.S. border with Mexico, as immigration has become a major issue in elections that will decide control of Congress. The shift in strategy from some Democrats, especially those running in battleground states, comes as the Biden administration has struggled to manage unprecedented numbers of migrants coming into the southwest border, right? Unprecedented numbers of migrants. Now they're trying to say that, oh, Biden's just trying to deal with an unprecedented number of migrants coming across the border. No. He is the cause for the unprecedented migrants coming across the border. In his campaign, we all know this, he told them to come on. As many as we can handle. Told all of them to come, that we'll take you with open arms. He is the cause for this. Right? Our numbers were pretty good under Trump. They weren't the best. They could have been better, right? But Democrats fought tooth and nail to stop Donald Trump from building a wall. If he would have been able to build that wall from sea to shining sea, there would be no border security crisis going on right now. Donald Trump, the presumptive Republican presidential nominee, has led his party in repeatedly vilifying immigrants as poisoning the blood of the country. Here we go again. This is another one of the mainstream narrative machine hoaxes, if you will, right? He wasn't talking about the migrants poisoning the blood of the country. He was talking about the Democrats poisoning the blood of the country. If you listen to his quote,
we got a lot of work to do. You know, when they let, I think the real number is 15, 16 million people into our country, when they do that, we got a lot of work to do. They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done. They poison mental institutions and prisons all over the world, not just in South America, not just the 3 or 4 countries that we think about, but all over the world. They're coming into our country from Africa, from Asia, all over the world. They're pouring into our country.
He was saying that the Democrats are allowing these migrants to come into the country, poisoning the blood of this country. That's because the Biden administration leaving the border unchecked whatsoever. They're not vetting none of these people, so we have hundreds of thousands of criminals coming across that border, and then they come into this country, right? We have some of them. We just recently had that viral video with this guy telling everybody how they can get free housing by going to an uninhabited house and squatting, right? Using squatter laws to basically gain a free house. That's BS. And, fortunately, ICE went and detained this guy, but that's not going to stop the people from attempting to do this, right? Taking your inheritance, taking the house that you paid for, and now you can't kick them out if you live in a state that has squatter laws, right? This is totally wrong. We've also had criminals coming in here killing American citizens. The spike in crime from criminal alien criminality has been crazy. That is one of the crime spikes that we have right now. They're killing people all over the place. They're raping kids. They're raping women. They're just... It's destroying this country. It's destroying our safety. It's destroying our security. And now Democrats want to try to lie to you and say, oh, we're all for border security. But we know they're not. Because if a politician just changes their worldview on a dime on a political issue like that, there's something wrong there. It's very suspicious to me. Why would they just shift like that, right? Well, it's public opinion. Yeah, but why were they pushing that opinion in the first place? If they don't believe it. If you can just shift your opinion like that, that's something to be said about your character. Democrats believe they can tout their own proposals for fixing the border, especially after Trump and Republican lawmakers rejected a bipartisan proposal on border security earlier this year. Yeah, that was a very good rejection. I've said it before. That border security bill, that wasn't border security. That was amnesty that allowed 5,000 migrants a day to come across the border, right? If that law would have been put into place and Donald Trump gets put back into office, he would have been forced to allow 5,000 migrants a day before he can shut down the border. Or, to be specific, 4,999 migrants. Once it hit 4,900, or once it hit 5,000, then the president has the ability, the option to shut the border down and not allow anybody to come across the border. I don't think we should allow people to illegally come across the border at all. That's why I believe a wall would work. You put up a wall, and then to allow more migrants to come in, you put more checkpoints. We need to expand the border judges and all that. We need more border security agents. We need more of these judges, these asylum judges as they're called, to look over these cases, to vet these people so they can be allowed to come into the country legally, not illegally. That's what we don't want. But the Democrats, they don't ever differentiate between the two. They just say, oh, well, Donald Trump hates migrants. No, Donald Trump doesn't hate migrants. Donald Trump doesn't like criminal aliens. Why would we want somebody into the country who's willing to break the law to get here, right? These people have to pay the cartels. That's insane to me. Why would you want to pay? Why would you facilitate in the first place? Because that's what the government's doing. By allowing these people to come in. We know that they have to pay the cartels. And then when we accept them into this country, we're facilitating those people paying the cartels to get them into the country. That blows my freaking mind. And we know from Dr. Phil, he just recently came out on The View of all places and said that CBP agents are smuggling children into sex trafficking rings. And nobody has came out and refuted that, as a matter of fact. Is that actually happening? That's a crazy allegation to make if you think about it. That's nuts. Americans are trafficking children into sex trafficking rings? That's kind of hard to believe, but believe it. We just saw the other day a Texas National Guardsman got arrested for smuggling a criminal alien into this country. That ended in a high-speed chase. They had to throw out spike strips to stop the SUV. That's crazy. Somebody who was put in place to stop people from coming across the border illegally was actually facilitating those people coming across the border illegally. What in the hell is really going on in our country when we allow for that? That blows my freaking mind, y'all. And I'm sorry, but that's all I got, y'all. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comments section. Do you think that the Democrats are genuine in their border security? Or do you think they just want to gain voters for more power? And then once they get Congress back, they're not going to do a damn thing for actual border security. Yeah. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. That's all I got for this one. I want to thank everybody for watching. And y'all try to have a good day and stay legitical. Peace.